Hi, Satyadeep. How are you?
Very well, Anushka. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking the time out and speaking to us. We're talking about your show, and it is, in fact, for one of my shows that is streaming on Z5 digitally, Z5 Europe, which is called Filmy, Kahani, Anushka ki Zubani. His story being one of the most talked about shows in recent times. So before we move on to the fun stuff and some of the games that I've got lined up for you, tell me a little bit about the show for the people who haven't seen it as of yet.
Okay, it's a story about a family, a husband, wife, two sort of teenage kids, and the wife discovers, I think, thinks sort of at pretty much at the beginning of the show that the husband's having an affair, and then realizes around episode 3 that he is actually having an affair, but it's not with a woman, it's with a man. Mm-hmm. And basically, obviously, that forces the husband to come out. Then the story sort of goes into how the friends, the neighbors, the kids, you know, how what they have to go through as a result of this this disclosure, and kind of sort of tries to look at the various perspectives with which or lenses through which, you know, same-sex relationships are still viewed in India, and the sort of embarrassment that the kids have to go through because of what they think the father has done, or the anger that they go through. I like to believe it's a fun watch.
खुद से छुपता रहा हूं आज तक, और पहली बार खुद को फेस कर रहा हूं। डरता हूं, पर जानता हूं कि I'll be fine, क्योंकि मेरे पास मेरी मोहब्बत है और मेरा प्यार भी। I'm in love with someone else.
जब मैं प्रीत से मिला, I felt complete.
And I love my wife. क्या ये पॉसिबल है? इस कहानी में मैंने हमेशा अपने आप को पीछे रखा है। आज पहली बार अपनी कहानी सुनाने जा रहा हूँ। I'm Kunal, and this is my story.
And in terms of the feedback of this kind of a show that you've done, how has it been for you?
Oh, it's been great. It's really, you know, some sort of very common sort of responses in terms of messages I've received is that, you know, that it sort of so accurately depicts where they find themselves in their lives, and they kind of hope that they have the strength one day to take that step. Yeah. You know, and also I think a lot of sort of people wrote to say that they were so happy to see that you know, gay men were not portrayed in that very sort of stereotypical manner in which Indian cinema has portrayed them over the last couple of decades, and I think I'm glad that they say that, because I think that was a very conscious decision. You know, this was we all have tons of gay friends, and their sexuality is not the first thing that will come to your mind when you meet them for coffee. You know, it's just sad that this sort of manner in which they've been portrayed for so long in India, you know, just makes you believe that, oh, gay, is he going to be like that? Is he going to be effeminate? But, you know, I'm glad we stayed away from that. And so I think a lot of people found that refreshing.
And do you feel that there's still a lot of judgment with this community? I mean, do you still feel people get judged? Although, you know, it's now, you know, more out in the open in India specifically.
Oh, of course. Of course. I mean, even the viewership of a show like this, you know, we're a country of 1.3 billion, you know, if you were to just look at the people who watch this show, it's a it's a very small fraction of it, and even within that there will clearly be people who are open to the idea and people who are still very judgmental about it. So yes, I feel that this is a story that takes place in a pretty affluent home. And these I've had a couple of conversations on some interviews with people who go through the same sort of situation and live in villages, and it's a very privileged position to be able to say that I am in my four walls and I don't really have to worry about what my neighbor thinks about it, and I can continue and go on with life. But as some of these guys said that, I said, we live in a home with 15 other people. And this person did sort of come out to his family, but he said, but I had to move to another village 2 hours away from my family because the two of us couldn't have lived together here. Even though the mother was sort of understanding and could figure out what her son was going through. So yeah, it's still very sort of early stages, but yes, baby steps, but the conversations need to be had.
Of course. And I think shows like this need to be streamed. They need to be there for the audiences to maybe feel somewhat comfortable and maybe just give like a stepping stone for people to speak about these kind of issues. But in terms of filming, how was that for you? I mean, was it awkward at any point, or did you kind of just seamlessly go through it?
I always say this, that for an actor, it's as weird, and for a sort of straight actor, in my case, it's as weird to kiss a woman on camera as it is to kiss a guy on camera. Just the whole dynamics of shooting intimacy with a room full of people and somebody holding a boom mic, which is like right here, just off camera. So those things sort of just don't go into your head. You hope you hope that it finishes quickly. You hope that both you and the person you're kissing have nice clean breath, and you just you want to sort of get over and done with it very quickly. But we did have these conversations before we shot the show, and I think we had a pretty decent idea of what was expected of us. And these scenes were they were discussed, they were sort of choreographed. I think all of us felt that we were in safe hands, so that was never an issue. And I think the end product also sort of justified our faith in the producer and the director, and it was very well treated. And I don't think that was the point of this story. That it does show intimacy, but there's intimacy between the character I play and the wife, which is shown as a bit reluctant, and then there's intimacy between me and my male lover, which is a lot more aggressive. And I think that was the sole purpose of showing the intimacy, this sort of clear difference in the emotion there. And yeah, I think they did it quite well.
No, absolutely. I was just going to say, I think you're right. That whole, the difference of the intimacy that has been showed in the show, I think it's done so beautifully and it's done so well, because with issues like this, you have to be a little bit sensitive, but it's just done, I feel it's done perfectly, actually. So, really great work for you guys, from you guys and the team. And of course, I think I have to ask you, is there going to be a second season of this?
I mean, the absolute honest answer is that I don't know. I think with shows like this, there's always a tendency to leave it at the point where, should you decide to have a second season, it fits in seamlessly. And I think that's what they've tried to do here. But somebody has to write it.
Of course.
Somebody has to write it, and it needs to get greenlit, and they have to be able to write about stuff which hasn't been covered in this season. So it's I don't know, it's anybody's guess at the moment. I don't know.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. I hope there is. Fingers crossed. Yes. Now let's move on to our next segment. So this is called Mind or Language. Now I'm gonna give you a dialogue or a song lyric in English, and then you have to translate it into Hindi. So starting with the first one. Those black shades look really nice on your face.
वो काले चश्मे आपके चेहरे पे बहुत ही अच्छे लगते हैं.
So the song was for this Kala Chashma from Bar Bar Dekho. So I'm going to take...
Yeah. I have to warn you that even though I'm an actor, I'm like a pathetic consumer of the things that I do. So, Bollywood references, I'll have to, but I know Kala Chashma, yeah.
But this is good then. This game is going to be brilliant, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a song. And the song lyric goes like, why am I having so much fun? Did you mix drugs in the air?
मुझे इतना मजा क्यों आ रहा है? क्या तुमने हवा में कुछ नशा?
Almost.
Are you expect close? Yeah. See, I probably haven't heard this. Or if I know the song, I've heard the song, but I don't know the lyrics. But
you must know it. You must know this one.
Pehla, no.
No?
No.
इतना मजा क्यों आ रहा है? तूने हवा में भांग मिलाया, बलम पिचकारी, ये जवानी है दीवानी.
Super tough. I would not have got that in a million years. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm hoping you will know this one.
Oh God,
the anger is there on the nose.
Naak pe gussa.
Wow, well done.
Is that a song?
Bombay Velvet.
Oh, right. I was in Bombay Velvet. That's why it sounded familiar.
Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah, I said Naak pe gussa. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And this one you should get. May God take care of you.
Rab Rakha.
Yes.
No? Yeah,
yes. That. One of my favorite songs, by the way. I love that song. Really nice one. Okay, so we're moving on to the next segment, which is this is time bound, okay? So you have to name me 5 Amir Khan movies in 5 seconds. So I'll do a 1, 2, 3, go, and then you'll have to go, okay? So 1, 2, 3, go.
Dil chahta hai, jo jeeta wahi Sikandar, Dhoom, one of the Dhooms,
3,
3 and
Lagan.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad at all, not bad. Okay, now the next segment is which movie is the following dialogue from? Okay.
Oh, God. Let's go for
मैं शादी करूंगी तो करीना वाला डिजाइनर लहंगा पहन के करूंगी वरना दूल्हे को टाटा बाय बाय कर दो.
I think I'm going to score a lovely blank in all this. I have absolutely no idea.
Humpty Sharma ki Dulhaniya.
All right.
Okay. And the final segment is story time. So all you have to do, I'll give you a plot of the movie and you've just got to guess which movie it is. It's quite simple. So first movie is a video game developer's world spirals out of control when his shape-shifting, indestructible virtual creation comes to life.
This is a Hindi film?
Yes. They're all Hindi films. Any guesses? Any? Just wild guesses.
I mean, I was going to say like Jumanji or something, but that's not... No idea.
Raw one.
Oh, okay.
So
No.
that's a point to me. I'll take that
Yes,
one.
I concede. I give you the game.
Okay, the next one is a girl is brought up in London. She's out of touch with her Indian roots and her father decides to take her to India to get her married, which she does. But once she returns to London, she refuses to recognize the marriage.
So sorry. This is, I mean...
You don't have to apologize. It's fine. We're only having a bit of fun. Okay, I'll help you here. Let me help you.
Yeah.
So it's a Katrina Kaif movie.
No.
No?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
Namaste London.
Oh God, no way. I mean, to give you context, I think the last film that I watched was Razi in the theater.
Oh my
which is
God.
that. Yeah. So I mean, and maybe Gully Boy, but yeah, like I said, I'm a very bad consumer of things that I act in.
But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay, let's do the last one. Let's see. This is easy, okay? So a girl decides to go on her honeymoon alone when her fiance calls off the wedding. She travels around Europe. She finds joy. She makes friends and gains newfound independence.
I know that's Queen. And that,
Yay!
thank God,
Yay!
one.
Yay! Well done, Satyadeep. Congratulations on at least taking part and being very honest with us over here. But listen, thank you for taking the time out and speaking to us. And before I let you go, if you'd just like to give a message to your fans who are watching this and just give us a little bit of an insight as to which kind of projects you're working on next as well.
Well, you know, it's strange, but in these really weird times that the entire world is experiencing, for some reason, for a very obvious reason, a lot of sort of OTT digital content is being consumed, and a lot of stuff is being made here in India. So, you know, we're all sort of not at the moment because we're all locked down, but there's a lot of stuff being shot. There's a lot of shows being shot. I think I'm sort of supposed to be shooting for 2 or 3 at the moment. And God only knows what will happen when everything opens up and they all ask for dates at the same time. But you know, but yeah, I mean, one hopes that you know, the sort of content that's being made, just it's getting better, and you know, people are getting better at writing that sort of format of content, and a lot of money is being pumped into it. I think more money is being pumped into it than is in sort of traditional cinema, because you know, there are no seats in the theaters at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I just keep sort of watching us and giving platforms like, you know, like Z and Z Europe more sort of reasons to fund sort of projects like this. And yeah, we have some 190, 200 countries that watch shows on Z itself. So it's got a really wide reach, and it's, you know, it's always lovely to switch on your phone in the morning and read a message from somebody who has, you know, seen your show
lovely
somewhere, and you know, and to resonate, and for them to like find something which they can, you know, resonate with. So yeah, it's lovely, and just extremely grateful for these opportunities that come one's way, and just hope that everyone stays safe and happy.
Yeah, well, thank you, Satyadeep. You're really, really doing some phenomenal work. So we hope to see you in lots more stuff, especially on Z5 as well. And catch you soon.
Catch you soon. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, Anushka. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.